What's up, guys? City Striker here, and in this video, I'll be talking about UFC 292's co-main event between Zhang Weili and Amanda Lemos, and this is a very exciting fight. Like I said before in my last video on this fight, this is a fight that's kind of being slept on, but I can guarantee you guys that this fight is going to be very exciting. It's not going to be a boring fight. It's very hard to see that. And to be honest, this is a very close fight, in the early rounds, because in my opinion, if this fight actually, Amanda Lemos, she seems like the type of fighter that, would probably gas out in the later rounds, like rounds 4 and 5. But, I've seen some fighters who were explosive early on actually be able to pace themselves very well. One day, we're giving a 5-round fight or something like that. They're able to fight hard the whole time. Like, an example is someone like Zhang, because when he fought Cheeto in 2020, that was a 3-round fight, and he looked like he was gassing out bad. And then you look at him versus Corey Sandhagen or Ricky Simone, and in one of those fights, he made it like four full rounds at a good pace versus Corey Sandhagen in a very close fight. And then with Ricky Simone, he won a 5-round fight. Now, that's because, he was fighting crazy before, throwing a lot of power shots. Now he doesn't throw as many power shots, and he's not as reckless as he was before. And I think Amanda Lemos can do something similar, because I saw a change in her in the fight versus Marina Rodriguez. She wasn't looking for shots as much. She was kind of being patient, and she was even looking to grapple at some points. The thing about Lemos is her defensive grappling is pretty worrying, but to be honest, her offensive grappling is actually really good. And I think it's kind of similar dynamic between them, because in my opinion, Zhang Weili has really good offensive grappling, but her defensive grappling is not as good as her offensive. And you can say the same for Lemos, because Michelle Watterson, a karate fighter, took her down, which is very alarming, because, Michelle Watterson, I can guarantee you she's not as strong as Zhang Weili, and I think Zhang Weili is a better wrestler overall. So that could be very, very dangerous when the fight gets to the ground. I could see Weili finishing her pretty quickly with a submission based on her strength for just ground and pound. But yeah, overall my prediction for this fight, I am gonna go with Zhang Weili, because she can get knocked out by Amanda Lemos, but I just don't see it in this point in her career. She got knocked out by Rose very early, and that was coming off the war that she had with Ioana. But ever since she got knocked out by Rose, she's kind of changed her style, and she's not too aggressive, nor is she too patient. She's kind of in the middle, has a good balance. She can take the fight to the ground if she's not doing well on the feet. And I think that's really good, because before she was just overpowering people with the striking, but she can do that with the grappling now, and that just makes Lemos his striking even more limited, because she can't just go out there and do some of the same things she was doing before, overextending or throwing those body shots and things like that, because she could get taken down by Weili, and there is always that threat. So, and naturally, when you're going up against a grappler, you got to worry about that threat. And now Weili, you can't just worry about the striking with her. You got to worry about everything. Well, when you fight Lemos, you really got to worry about that power. That power in the hands. She's got fast and powerful kicks too. You got to worry about those as well. But overall, it's just just a striking threat. Outside of that, she's got some pretty good guillotines. When she gets taken down, we saw that versus Michelle Watterson. That was a really good guillotine, but she can't even get submitted on the feet. She got submitted by Jessica Andrade, and I think that's where Lemos' weaknesses are on the ground. She could actually, you could argue she's a better striker than Zhang Weili, and even more powerful in my opinion. She might hit a bit harder than Zhang Weili, because we haven't seen like Zhang Weili like like, well, I guess she has like finished some good fighters, but like the way Amanda Lemos, like when she hits fighters and the way they go down or they get froze or like kind of like rocked from it, I think it's like slightly different. But of course, we can't really tell who hits harder. Well, yeah, I think the way this fight is gonna go is Weili's gonna be patient early on, try to find some leg kicks, and Amanda Lemos, I think she's gonna try to find her jab. She's actually got a really fast and like pretty accurate jab, and she's got some strong leg kicks too. So I think early on it's gonna be slow, but as the round goes on, like Weili is gonna try to like put a stamp on that round and make sure she gives the judges like enough to give her the round. And I think she's gonna like start throwing out some combos, like maybe even look for the clinch at some points. And Zhang Weili has really strong clinch too, because her background, I think it was like in Muay Thai, and she trains in Thailand right now, so she's always got that really good Muay Thai base. She's got those knees in the clinch she could go to, those elbows like that, and she'll be able to stop that pressure from Lemos. But yeah, I think it's gonna start off slow. I think Lemos is. I originally thought that Lemos is probably gonna start off strong, but given that like it's a 5-round fight and given how she performed in her last fight, I think she's gonna be more patient, more calculated, like look for better shot selections and try to find some good timing and not like throw everything into her shots basically. But I think that as the fight goes on, like Weili is gonna start mixing it up a bit more, and it's gonna make Lemos a bit more fatigued. I don't think she's gonna give up a submission, given that like it's a title fight and such a huge fight for her. This is like the biggest fight of her career, so I mean she could get like tapped unconscious, but I think that overall I don't think she's gonna get submitted. I think she could get TKO, like something like that, but I don't see her tapping in the title fight with something that important. But yeah, like I said, I think she's gonna get taken down. She's gonna survive that, but she's gonna get beat up as the rounds go on. And then I actually think that the fight's gonna get stopped in the 4th round by the referee. I think in the 3rd round, like towards the end of the round, it's gonna be really bad. Like she's gonna get like hit really hard by Weili on the ground, and like she's gonna get busted up, and the doctor might even check on her, like in between rounds. And then at the the midpoint of round 4, I think Weili's gonna get a takedown, and she's gonna be able to just like unleash some haymakers on her on the ground. And I think Herb Dean's gonna stop the fight. Who knows if it's Herb Dean or not, but I just think the referee is gonna stop the fight. He's gonna see enough, and I think Zhang Weili is gonna like secure her first title defense in her 2nd reign. And then after this fight, I wish she fought once more this year, like before this fight, because she fought in November, didn't really take much damage. I think Lemos fought in October, and she also did not take that much damage. It was a pretty dominant win against Marina Rodriguez. And then hopefully maybe Zhang Weili is able to turn around in January. I don't see her turning around for December. I think that's going to be pushing it a bit too much. But I hope she comes back in January or February. And obviously she would have to take on Yan Zhang, or maybe in the meantime the UFC books a #1 contender fight between Yan Zhang and Tatiana Suarez, and either one of those fights would be really great for Zhang Weili. I think the easier matchup, like respectfully, would probably be actually it's actually pretty close, because she's very strong, got good defensive grappling, like good takedown defense. And if Suarez can't take her down, it's like that's Weili's side all day. Like her striking didn't really look that great against Jessica Andrade, but overall, like she's improving. But if you put her against Zhang Weili right now, I think Weili would win. I think if she goes up against Yan Zhang and tests out her striking gets a less powerful fighter, then we'll see where it's at. But I think that Young Zhang might be a bit of an easier matchup because if we saw what Carla Esparza did to her on the ground, and we saw what Zhang Weili did to Carla Esparza. Of course, you can't really use that logic in MMA, but the grappling deficiency that Yang Zhang had is very worrying. But I think that Tatiana Suarez fight could be like a bit more dangerous. But either way, it's gonna be a great fight, and I hope Weili stays active. But I got her winning this fight by a 4th round TKO. Amanda Lemos is very dangerous, but this is gonna be a very exciting fight.